TikTok can either be a blessing or a burden on your mental health. Researchers at the universities of Minnesota and Colorado, they interviewed users on the social media app's algorithm, and results showed it has the potential to provide people with a sense of community not found on other apps, but can also provide negative content that can lead to feelings of depression.
Social media is certainly a topic of conversation these days, both bad and good. Let's get into this more with Dr. Bill Hartman, principal investigator for the UW Health Pediatric Moderna COVID-19 vaccine trial. What is your takeaway from these studies? And I ask this as we've learned this week that a 13-year-old in Ohio died after he took part in that viral TikTok challenge involving Benadryl.
Right. I think that there's good and bad when it comes to these social media platforms. As a person interested in public health, clearly I get nervous when I hear about things like the Tide Pod Challenge or the Benadryl Challenge. This Benadryl Challenge that this young boy in Ohio died from, he took somewhere around 750 milligrams of Benadryl to induce hallucinations. As a physician in the hospital, I use between 12.5 and 25 milligrams, so much smaller dose. These high doses are dangerous. These ideas that the kids can get from apps like TikTok are dangerous, and it's something that really parents have to keep an eye on.
Other than the viral challenges, which, I mean, most of them we can label as very dangerous, what about just self-image issues, and especially when it comes to young females?
Well, I think it's something that we really have to study and understand a little bit deeper. But certainly, when people see the snapshots in time, whether it be a short 15-second video or a picture of a bunch of people at a party when you're not there, or you're trying to emulate these influencers and have a body or clothes or something that looks and resembles them, you're being driven by these algorithm-based apps to have a certain feeling about yourself, and that could be a dangerous situation.
So much of it is just not real, and it's hard to make especially young people understand that. Let's switch gears completely here for a moment. There's some fascinating and really promising news coming out about a vaccine and melanoma. Tell us more about this.
Right, so this is another mRNA vaccine from Moderna that's being studied in conjunction with standard treatments for melanoma. And what your body is trying to do with these vaccines is generate epitopes or antigens within these cancer cells to be attacked by your own body. And what they found is that when they're using these mRNA vaccines with the standard treatment for melanoma, they're decreasing the recurrence rate by about 44%, which is a tremendous success in the field of skin cancers.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Well, let's talk type 2 diabetes because we only have about 30 seconds here. It's on the rise worldwide. The numbers prove that. And there could be two reasons identified now: refined carbs and red meat. Does this surprise you?
No, I think it just once again reiterates that what we put into our bodies is very important. We have to eat to live and not live to eat. And if you're having too many sugary substances, too many of the wrong kind of carbohydrates, and too many processed meats like sausage or bacon or even some red meats, you really have to realize that you have to do this in moderation because the risk is really increased by about 70% of developing type 2 diabetes.
Eat to live, don't live to eat. I like that. Write that on the mirror. All right, Dr. Hartman, we always appreciate it. Thank you.